Thank you, Eric. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are joining us from. I'm Meena Gowder from the AWS Outpost service team, and I'm excited to be presenting more details about Outposts since we launched late last year and how you as customers can build on-premises solutions with AWS Outpost Partners. We have a pretty packed agenda for today. We will start with an overview, then look at use cases and customer challenges, followed by a deep dive into Outposts and how to get started. I'll also provide some insights into pricing, and last but not the least, I'll share the partner enablement and engagement models for Outpost. If we look at the AWS global infrastructure, we currently have 22 regions, 69 availability zones, and 210 POP locations. While these numbers are growing every year, it is far from the number of countries in the world where you as customers have infrastructure needs to run your enterprise workloads or edge applications. The 2018 IDG Cloud Computing Study was conducted to measure cloud computing trends among technology decision makers, which includes their usage and plans across various cloud services and deployment models, investments, business drivers, and impact on business strategy and plans. It was found that 73% of organizations have at least one application or a portion of their computing infrastructure already in the cloud, and 17% of organizations plan to do so within the next 12 months. So there are two main reasons there was hesitation or constraint in moving customers' workload to the cloud. First, the low latency requirement. Some of your business critical applications are sensitive to latency and variability in latency. You need applications to run on premises to respond to events with extremely small millisecond latencies in order to ensure smooth and predictable operations, to provide superior experience to your end users, and to maintain competitive advantage. You have adopted the Amazon cloud for centralized operations, but find that you need to run compute, graphics, or storage-intensive workloads on premises to execute localized workflows with precision and quality. These may be workloads running on factory floors for automated operations in manufacturing, real-time patient diagnosis or medical imaging, and content and media streaming. Secondly, local data processing and data integrity needs. There has been an exponential increase in the data that is being generated by users and end devices, and data integrity is a key concern in locations that are bandwidth constrained. You have data-intensive workloads that collect and process hundreds of terabytes of data a day. Transmission of this large volume of data to the cloud is wasteful and expensive. So transmitting message or data streams over long-distance internet connections can also lead to packet loss, resulting in data integrity problems. It would be good to process the data locally to respond to events in real time and to have better control on analyzing, backing up, and restoring the data. And at the same time, you would also like to leverage good services such as AI, ML frameworks or analytics as they do in the cloud for data virtualization and insights. Use services such as RDS to store data locally and seamlessly transfer it to the cloud later. There are also additional challenges we heard as part of this discovery. IT challenges. Procurement and provisioning cycles are complex and long, sometimes taking up to 6 months to get servers deployed. There are multiple vendors to procure, install, and maintain on-premises infrastructure. How can we bring efficiency and consolidation in procurement, installation, and maintenance? Consolidation of suppliers, basically. Then, the significant overhead to patch and upgrade on-premises infrastructure, managing against a complex compatibility matrix across various hardware and software components, how to eliminate the time spent on infrastructure lifecycle management and eliminate maintenance downtime, to accelerate the delivery of IT services and improve business continuity. Then comes the developer challenge, how to use different APIs and tools to build apps for the cloud and on-premises environment, and then need to re-architect them to work in the other environment. How to build applications once run on premises or in the cloud using the same APIs and tools, using the wide range of popular services and APIs that you use in the cloud for the applications that run on premises. Now, all these lead to business challenges. Inefficient in IT results in poor ROI for technology investments and slower business growth. As a result, on-premises environments lag behind the cloud in the pace of innovation. How to leverage new technology innovations for better and faster deployment. How to enable innovation in your on-premises environment using services that you run in AWS region. So if we should summarize the problems we've heard from customers, you want same reliable, secure, and high-performance infrastructure, same operational consistency, same services, APIs, tools for automation, deployment pipelines, security controls, which can provide you the same pace of innovation as in the cloud. We heard you, and we launched AWS Outposts. So what is AWS Outposts? Outposts enable you to develop once and deploy in the AWS cloud or on premises without having to rewrite your applications. With Outposts, you have the same hardware and software infrastructure and a consistent set of services and tools across your AWS cloud and on-premises environments to build and run modern, cloud-native applications anywhere. Outposts are fully managed and supported by AWS and automatically manage and updates Outposts as part of ongoing operations in the public region. You do not have to worry about updating or patching infrastructure. AWS Outposts allows you to choose the native variant of Outpost or the VMware Cloud on AWS Outpost variant as your management plane for your APIs, management console, automation, governance policies, and security controls for all your applications across the AWS cloud and on-premises location. You use the same console to view and manage your resources, whether those resources and services are in the region or on-premises. You can use the same CLI and SDK as you use today to run and deploy applications using the API endpoints as you use today to run applications in the cloud. That said, it is also important to understand that Outpost is not a replacement for building and running applications in the cloud. If an application can run in the cloud, it should. The scalability, operational efficiency, and cost optimizations gained by running applications in the cloud will always be second to none. Outposts allows you to extend the cloud to your on-premises for applications that need to run on-premises, as well providing a jumping point for migrating enterprise applications from on-premises to AWS that have longer and more involved migration timelines and dependencies. So what does the Outpost look like? It comes in a 42U rack form, fully assembled, ready to be rolled into position. So AWS associates will show up at your data center at a coordinated time with the rack. They'll roll it in, plug in the power and network, and launch the AWS Outpost capacity. It comes with centralized redundant power conversion unit with DC power distribution for efficiency. It has redundant active components like the top of the rack switches and spare capacity. So here's a three-dimensional view, and there are more pictures in the Outpost product detail page showing you the Outpost rack. Outpost will be available in two options. The native variant of Outpost allows you to use the same APIs and control plane you use in the AWS region to build and run your applications, but do it on premises. You will be able to run EC2 Instances EBS Volumes on Outpost, and at the launch or soon after there will also be supported AWS services such as RDS, ECS, EKS, and additional services like S3 and SageMaker that will be available locally on Outpost on the native variant soon after launch. Other services like DynamoDB and Lambda will be available as private link endpoints in the customer's own VPC. The VMware variant allows you to run VMware Cloud on AWS locally on Outpost to use the same VMware control plane and APIs you use to run your on-premises infrastructure. This variant delivers the entire VMware software-defined data center, compute, storage, and networking infrastructure to run on-premises using AWS Outposts, and allows you to take advantage of the ease of management and integration with other AWS services. So where and when would customers use an Outpost? To run manufacturing process control systems, such as MES and SCADA systems, and applications that need to run close to factory floor equipment, you can seamlessly integrate these on-premises applications with services running in the AWS region for centralized operation. You can easily apply analytics and machine learning services to health and life science management systems that need to remain on-premises due to low latency processing requirements. You can use cloud services and tools to orchestrate, update, scale, and manage the lifecycle of virtual network functions across cloud, on-premises, and edge. In media and entertainment, you can access the latest GPU innovation on-premises for graphics processing, audio and video rendering, and for running other media applications. In financial services, you can build next-generation trading and exchange platforms that serve all participants at low latency using AWS services and programming interfaces. In retail, customers can leverage AWS database, containers, and analytics services to enable retail innovation. So AWS Outposts allows you to increase productivity and innovation by using the same development, deployment, and operational efficiencies for applications running on premises and in the AWS region. Outpost extends AWS cloud capabilities to your premises or co-location site. You can think of Outpost as a rack that was moved from an AWS region data center and placed in your data center and reconnected to the region using a really long direct connect internet or through VPN. You use the same AWS APIs, deployment tools, and control plane that you use in the cloud to manage local compute and storage to achieve low latency response times or process data locally before streaming it to the cloud. Outpost uses the same AWS designed infrastructure used in the region and is automatically managed and patched as part of the AWS region, removing the need for you to manage the infrastructure. You simply access Outpost capacity as you would with capacity in the cloud. So what services are available on Outpost? So Outpost offers a catalog which includes options supporting the latest generation Intel-powered EC2 instance type with or without local instance storage. So there are the general purpose M5, M5D instances, which provide a balance of compute, memory, and network resources and can be used for general purpose workloads. There are also compute optimized C5, C5D instances that are optimized for compute intensive workloads and deliver cost effective, high performance at a low price per compute ratio. We have memory optimized R5 and R5D instances, which are designed to deliver fast performance for workloads that process large data sets in memory. We have graphics optimized G4DN that are designed to help accelerate machine learning, inference, and graphics intensive workloads. We also have the IO optimized i3EN instance type, which provides dense, non-volatile memory express SSD instance storage, optimized for low latency, high random IO performance, high sequential disk throughput, and offers the lowest price per GB of SSD instance storage on Amazon EC2. In addition, Outposts offer local instance storage and elastic block stores, GP2 volumes for persistent block storage. Just as in the AWS region, you can use EBS GP2 volumes for boot or data volumes and attach or detach EBS volumes to EC2 instances on your Outpost. It provides snapshot and restore capabilities and lets you increase volume size without any performance impact. All EBS volumes and snapshots and Outposts are fully encrypted by default. Any EBS snapshots will be stored using Amazon S3 in the region associated with your Outpost. EBS is offered in 4 tiers, starting at 2.7 terabyte, 11 terabyte, 33 terabyte, and 55 terabyte and above. You can choose from a range of pre-validated Outpost configurations, offering a mix of EC2 and EBS capacity from the console, which are designed to meet a variety of application needs. You can also contact us to create a customized configuration designed for your unique application needs. You can run services such as the Amazon ECS and EKS clusters for containers, EMR for big data, RDS for databases locally on Outpost. To connect to regional services such as S3 and DynamoDB, you can use public endpoints or connect privately using VPN, of course, until S3 is locally available. If you're looking to apply AI and ML frameworks, such as the SageMaker, to your on-premises workload or leverage the latest CPU, GPU innovations, the latest instance families can seamlessly run these services on-premises. So Amazon RDS on Outpost is now available in preview and supports MySQL and PostgreSQL database engines, with support for additional database engines coming later this year. RDS makes it easy to set up, operate, and scale a relational database on Outpost, same as in the cloud. It provides the same cost benefit and resizable capability while automating time-consuming administration tasks, including infrastructure provisioning, database setup, patching, and backup, freeing you to focus on building your application. You can run fully managed databases on premises for low latency workloads that need to be run in close proximity to on-premises data center. You can manage RDS databases both in the cloud and on premises using the same management console. It also enables low-cost, high-availability hybrid deployments with disaster recovery back to the AWS region. Coming soon in 2020, Amazon S3 for Outpost will enable you to store object data on premises using the S3 API. All applications running on Outpost will be able to access S3 in the region. Additionally, for workloads that require real-time on-premises processing or that have on-premises data retention requirements for residency or compliance reasons, S3 for Outpost will enable Outpost local data storage. So S3 for Outpost will provide you with flexible options to control whether your data is stored locally or in an AWS region. All Amazon tools will work just as is. API calls will automatically be logged by a CloudTrail. Existing CloudFormation templates will also work. AWS tools such as CloudFormation, CloudWatch, CloudTrail, and others can be used to run and manage applications running on premises, just the same as they are used to for cloud workloads today. They will have same security controls such as IAM permissions, VPC security groups, and access control lists. You can seamlessly extend your VPC on premises by creating a subnet and associating it with an outpost, just as you associate subnets with an AZ in the cloud. As the control plane is in the public region, you can access a wide range of AWS services locally on your outpost or in the region through public endpoints or privately through VPN. Instances in the outposts can securely talk to other instances in your VPC through private IP addresses. User interface endpoints powered by Private Link to access all regional AWS services such as DynamoDB and S3 in your private VPC environment, or use your regional public endpoints as shown here. You can connect to your local network equipments via ports provided in the Outpost top-of-rack switches. You can configure virtual interfaces, the VIFs, mapping to your VLAN using Link Aggregation Control Protocol. You can configure the new local gateway called the LGW on the Outpost to route traffic to and from your local network using these VIFs. So how to get started with an Outpost? There are 3 steps to getting started with the Outpost. You order, we install, and it's ready to launch. First, you go to the console and browse through the catalog to find the configuration that meets your needs. You can filter by instance types, EBS storage, services supported, and site constraints, such as power draw or networking uplink. You'll then create a logical outpost with site and network information. Once done, you can place an order right from the console. Once you place an order, our associates will get in touch with you to confirm the information. Within few weeks, AWS associates will deliver to your site. AWS associates will install and configure the outpost to connect to the region with your local network and with your local network. We can also install multiple racks at a site powered by, provided you have the power, space, cooling, and network connectivity to support it. Once the outpost is installed, you can go and create your own subnet, just the way you would create a subnet in a AZ in the region. You give it a name and a subnet ID. You create it. And then you can go launch instances, just like you would launch instances in the region. That's just a quick demo of how the configuration will look like from the console for you to access the outpost capacity and the subnet that's hosting the outpost capacity. Outpost is currently available to be installed in the US, in all EU countries, including Switzerland and Norway, Japan, the Republic of Korea, and Australia. We will be adding more countries starting this quarter, so stay tuned. Similarly, we have a list of supported regions to which you can connect Outposts to. Additional regions will be supported later this quarter. Note that you can pick any region to connect to depending on your requirements. For example, if the Outpost is installed in Dublin, but all your resources are part of EU Central 1, you can establish your Outpost connection to EU Central 1 for shared resource access. So let's briefly look into the security, compliance, and responsibility model with Outpost. So Outpost is a fully managed experience by AWS. Customers will bring either a direct connect or internet to connect to the region. It requires a reliable connectivity for offering the fully managed experience. Before installing the Outpost, a site assessment will be required. It comes with a built-in hot spare EC2 capacity and EBS capacity. You can build as many as 16 racks in a single logical outpost with ability to scale with additional networking equipment. So what happens to an outpost if it is disconnected from the region? So the EC2 instances and EBS will continue to run in steady state, and it is accessible via the local gateway. So API calls to the region will fail, so launching new instances or mutating existing instances will not be possible. Metrics will be spooled locally for a limited period of time. After a certain period, the IAM policies will start to expire, and AWS support team will initiate a support case when there is a disconnection. So the security and compliance model. So Outpost has a updated shared responsibility model. AWS is responsible for protecting Outpost infrastructure, similar to securing infrastructure in the cloud today. Customers are responsible for securing their applications running on Outposts as they do in the AWS region. In addition, customers are also responsible for the physical security of the Outpost rack. The AWS services launched on Outpost will go through a separate evaluation for certifications, and existing certifications do not apply. So compared to certifications for other AWS services, with AWS Outpost, the customer owns the responsibility for the physical security and access control around the Outpost for compliance certification. So the Outpost comes with a built-in tamper detection, so nobody can tamper with it, and if it gets compromised, it immediately is notified. It comes enclosed with a lockable door with a physical lock and key. The data on Outpost is always encrypted. It also has a removable and destroyable cryptographic security key on each server, which is a one-to-one pairing with a server. So anytime we have to take a server out of the Outpost rack for maintenance, we remove this cryptographic key, which will cryptographically shred any last remnant of data on that server disks before it gets shipped out to our hub for rehabilitation. However, the physical security of the Outpost location is the customer's responsibility. So some of the prerequisites to land an Outpost at your location require a standard data center space for a 42U rack with a minimum of 5 kVA power. It requires network connection to the AWS region. You also require to have an enterprise support to purchase Outpost. So let's look into the pricing of an Outpost configuration. So one of the most frequently asked questions is, how much will the Outpost cost? So the pricing for Outpost configuration are listed in the Outpost pricing page. It is priced for the total EC2 capacity and the EBS capacity that you request as part of the configuration. These prices come as a 3-year term commitment, similar to the 3-year reserved instances in the cloud, with partial upfront, all upfront, or no upfront options. The prices includes delivery, installation, servicing, and the removal of the infrastructure at the end of your commitment term. At any time, you can upgrade both the EC2 capacity by adding more EC2 instance types, or you could also add more EBS capacity either onto an existing Outpost rack or land additional Outpost rack to increase your Outpost capacity. Outpost will be eligible for enterprise discount program, so customers who have EDPs will be eligible for their EDP tier discounts. So when you purchase Outpost, it doesn't include any operating system charges. So operating system charges will be applied based on usage by the second per instance based. For example, if you run Linux OS on M5 large instances, you will not incur any additional charges. If you run Windows on M5 large, you will be charged 9.2 cents per instance hour, which is 2 times 4.6 cents per vCPU hour, the Windows license fee. There's no minimum fee, and you can run any operating system on Outpost EC2 instances. When you use AWS services on Outpost, you'll be charged only for the services based on usage by instance hour, and it excludes underlying EC2 instances and EBS storage charges. So you can run RDS on Outpost on a selection of instance types optimized to fit different relational database use cases. So when you use RDS on Outpost, you pay only for what you use. There is no minimum fee. You can pay for RDS using on-demand price as DB instance hour. For example, the DB.M5 large with 2 vCPU and 8 gigabits of memory is priced at 7.5 cents per instance hour on Outpost, and it excludes EC2 and EBS charges. The same database is priced at 17.1 cents in US East region and includes EC2 and EBS storage needs to run for the database. Similarly, for EKS, you can use a single cluster to run multiple applications. You pay 20 cents per hour for each EKS cluster that you create to run application on Outpost, same as in the region. For ECS, there's no additional charge to use on Outpost. In the case of EMR, you'll be charged the same additional price as in the region for using on Outpost, and you are not charged for the EC2 instance or EBS volumes, similar to how it is priced in the cloud. Now let's look into the data transfer charges. Your Outpost establishes a service link using VPN to the AWS region using either Direct Connect or the internet. You can think of the availability zone to which the Outpost is connected as the parent AZ. Data transfer from Outpost via the service link to the parent AZ is free. Similarly, data transfer to and from Outpost via the local gateway to customers' local network and to the internet is free. Data transfer out from the region to the Outpost via the internet gateway would be charged at 9 cents per GB when using the internet and 2 cents per GB when using Direct Connect data transfer. Other charges such as intra and inter-AZ and VPC data transfer out charges remain the same in the region. So now let's look into the partner enablement and engagement model. APN partners have deep expertise in helping businesses migrate applications to AWS. These partners have proven infrastructure software, and industry-specific solutions that help customers like you build and run on-premises application on Outposts. As part of the launch, we have worked with more than 40 APN consulting partners with migration competency to become subject matter experts of Outposts. These migration competency partners listed here have deep experience helping businesses and can provide solutions to move applications to AWS through all aspects of complex migration projects. These include discovery, planning, migration, and operations. You can choose these partners for strategy and technology advisory services to migrate and run your workload on Outpost. Customers asked for APN technology products that are well integrated with AWS and with Outpost, but right now, the process for how customers are able to tell which product are well integrated, it's not that simple. Sometimes you have to basically evaluate and test those applications yourselves, or have to reach out to our service teams or our partner teams to have them help with the recommendations. And you know this process slows you down, and we don't like that. So we have partnered with APN team and have pre-announced AWS Service Ready program for Outpost. This program is designed to reduce the time customers spend finding the right partner products that are well integrated with Outpost. As part of the program, partners must meet a set of criteria that are set by the Outpost service team and also follow the general principles around our well-architected framework. Our SAs will validate each product to ensure that they are well integrated with Outpost services. APN Technology Partners, whose products are part of this program, will receive promotion on the Outpost partner pages and the APN marketing pages. They will get highlighted to our field sales teams, and there will be eligible to receive leads and opportunities from consulting partners. Those that you see here are the partners we are working with, and we're accepting applications. The technology solutions listed here are going through validation on Outpost, and we are continuing to engage with more ISV solutions that our customers need. We are also working with partners who are part of the Solution Provider Program and Distributor Program who see value in offering Outposts to their end customers. As part of their existing engagement with AWS, they can sell, manage, and support services on Outpost. They can provide the same value-added offerings on Outpost exactly the same way as they do today in the AWS Cloud region. Flexible contract and support plans are available with Outposts, same as in the region, so customers can benefit and keep their AWS negotiated terms of use. AWS will continue to provide the infrastructure support for Outpost. You can think of it the way as in the region, where infrastructure needs are taken care by AWS. The AWS Direct Connect delivery partners are enabling customers to access AWS Direct Connect. They have established interconnect monitoring. These APN partners follow best practices for AWS services and have proven success delivering AWS services to customers. Direct Connect delivery partners have completed AWS technical and business review. They will provide you with flexible and choice in how to connect with the region, including dedicated connection and enhanced monitoring of the network link between AWS Direct Connect partners, AWS region, and Outpost. We have also heard from many of you that you want to use your preferred partners, either due to existing engagement, knowledge of your on-premises data center, and require special authorization to operate at your facility. By training and certifying a network of either AWS-sourced third-party partners or customer-preferred partners, we can place more infrastructure partners closer to customers' location. This can help take Outpost globally to more locations than where AWS has a presence today. The infrastructure partners can provide on-site validation to ensure the site is ready for Outpost. They can also provide insights into customers' data center needs, such as custom switches, adapters, connectivity to customers' local network, etc. The infrastructure partners will provide fully managed white glove installation. That is, they will do the delivery, installation, and validation to ensure the capacity is available before they leave your site. They'll also provide ongoing service maintenance, including any failed parts replacements. All infrastructure replacement services will be coordinated with AWS before arriving at your site. And they can also take care of removal when you are done with the Outpost and no longer need it. Because Outposts require a suitable power, space, and network connectivity, we are working with several co-location partners to validate their existing data center positions that can be Outpost ready. Our goal is to make these positions accessible and available from AWS Marketplace based on the location and the capacity range that customers want to purchase an Outpost for. Okay, so let's summarize what we've discussed so far. Outposts can meet the emerging need for low latency and local data processing. It can offer customers like you who want the same experiences on premises and in the region. Outpost delivers the same fully managed infrastructure, services, and APIs as in the region. As a result, it simplifies IT, grows IT efficiency, amplifies developer productivity. This allows businesses to accelerate the pace of innovation. We also reviewed the partner enablement and engagement model. If you are an AWS customer and are considering Outpost and want to continue working with your partners, let us know who your consulting partners are, the ISV solutions you want to run on Outpost, and the infrastructure partners you want to work with. And if you are an APN partner, we invite you to join us to become part of this innovative experience of bringing the AWS cloud closer to your customers. That wraps up today's webinar. At this point, I'll take questions.